I'll be talking about something that is very near and dear to my heart. It is something that I have been practicing and have been really diving into it for the past maybe year and a half. And the topic is open, honest communication. Yeah, seems really simple when you say it, a lot less simple in practice. It's life-changing. Open, honest communication is that thing that I feel has brought me closer to all the people in my life. It has given me peace of mind, peace of heart, and just clarity. Any relationship can be strengthened if people just communicate more openly and honestly. And that's really all there is to it. The thing is that we are all these humans, and every person is so different. We have such complex brains. Like, what goes on up here is crazy. The world around us only sees a fraction of what is actually going on in our minds. The reason behind any action, anything we say, is this huge web of thoughts and influences from all these different moments in our lives. And sometimes all the world sees is a sentence or, a gesture or a look on our face. And it's so easy to look at someone else and what they're putting out there, vice versa as well, and just assume. I feel like assumptions and judgment, jumping to conclusions, these are things that kill any relationship. We assume that someone means one thing or feels a certain way or thinks a certain way. And then instead of just talking to the person about that and asking them, hey, is this what you meant by that? Is this how you feel? We latch on to this one assumption and it grows into this big, giant volcano. It becomes a story. It becomes a story that is based on something that may not even be true. We can completely misjudge an entire person and form this completely unrealistic perception about someone because we weren't able to openly communicate how something they said made us feel or how we might perceive something that they said or did. And that's so complicated, I used to live my life like that. I used to be like, oh, well, they said something in this way and so it must mean that, so bye, I don't want to deal with that. But ever since I've gotten to a place where I'm just like, hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about me? Is this what you meant? Like, just getting clarity on someone's intentions. With any relationship, I think it's really important to talk about who we are, why we do the things we do, what's going on behind our actions and who are we as people? What is our goal? What is your intention with someone? These are all things that if you just know, if you have conversations about them, you can move forward much more efficiently. You can grow together much more efficiently because you know where that person's trying to grow. You know where you're trying to grow, and you guys can grow together. You can support each other. You can understand each other. That's so important, How can you really feel close to someone or feel loved by someone or even love someone yourself if you don't actually understand who they are, where they're coming from, and where they stand with you? There's all this conflict, and because people don't want to just sit down with the messy stuff. There's all these things that if you talk about them and you can communicate them in a safe space, a place without judgment, a place without, volatility, you can approach whatever the misunderstanding is, whatever the situation is, with compassion. Once you do that, you guys are going to grow. You guys are going to love so much better. I really don't feel that enough people communicate openly right now in this society. It's cancel culture. It's just a world where we're so on the go that we're not willing to just sit down and talk. We build so much resentment, so much judgment, so much darkness within us in relations to the people around us that it snowballs out of control and relationships die. We can move forward instead of moving apart. I'd like to challenge you all to take something that's been on your mind lately and just talk about it with whoever it is. Whether it's about someone, whether it's even about yourself, it doesn't even have to be in relation to someone else. Just talk about the things you're going through. Connect with people. Open those doors and live loving, happy lives. That's my hope for you.
Today's vlog brought to you by whiskey. Whiskey? What do you have to say about open, honest communication? It's really good. I think everyone should do it.
Open, honest communication.